Cupcakes.
Huh?
It's so hot today, Greybush. Why don't you come up for a fresh cupcake? Do you want to watch Lawnmower Man?
Director's cut?
Yes, please.
Could help make you smarter.
I was born dumb.
That was a clip from the director's cut of 1992's The Lawnmower Man. Welcome to the show! I'm your host, Mrs. Peanutbutter, and with me, as always, the mysterious Mr. Greybush.
Hey, y'all.
So, if you're unfamiliar, The Lawnmower Man is a sci-fi movie based around the Stephen King short story of the same name.
Loosely based. Very loosely based. In fact, only one scene in the film comes from the original story.
Yeah, there's no cyborg monkeys or virtual reality in the book. Sorry, guys.
As for the movie, it starts out in a research facility with an argument about testing VR and aggression drugs on chimps. Head researcher Larry, played by Pierce Brosnan, is against it, but his boss, who is like a dollar store Lex Luthor, forces the project to continue. The chimp escapes and makes his way to the shack of a simple man named Job, the caretaker of the local church.
Job, who is our gentle lawnmower man, mistakes the escaped primate for his beloved comic book hero, Cybo-Man.
Let's just say it doesn't go well. It's actually a pretty brutal and sad scene. I kind of felt bad for Job.
Rest in peace, Cybo-Man. We hardly knew you. But out of this tragedy comes an idea for Larry. Maybe Job could be his new test subject.
It's kind of a horrible idea if you really think about it. Poor Job.
Test on yourself, Larry. Thus begins Job's dive into the world of virtual reality and smart drug injections. Being a simple ward of the church, no one has any issues with this unethical research. As Larry's experiments continue, we meet a bunch of characters in town. Peter, the neighbor boy with the abusive dad. Marnie, the sexy widow, played by Jenny Wright, who you may know from Near Dark.
Speaking of people you might recognize, there's Job's boss Terry, played by Jeffrey Lewis, who's in a ton of TV and film throughout the 70s and 80s. And fun fact, he's also actress Juliette Lewis's father.
There's also Larry's boss, the evil director, played by Dean Norris, who was my first alien crush in 1990's Total Recall.
And who could forget Jake, the local ruffian who works at the gas station?
Wait, you thought he worked there? I never saw him doing anything except bully Job.
No, remember he changed the widow's fluids?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, as the VR experiments continue, Job's intelligence is growing, along with his personal style.
Folks, he goes pretty country, gains control of his hair, and he wears it well.
Along with his new mature look, Job's given up on comics in exchange for textbooks, and he's caught the eye of the lonely widow.
It's around this time Job confesses to Larry that he's got psychic abilities. Larry wants to keep it on the DL, but it's too late. Boss knows, and Larry's project is no longer just Larry's project.
Job is officially synergized and touched God, and thinks bringing his girlfriend into VR is a good idea. Spoiler alert, it's not.
Inevitably, Job enters full Lawnmower Man mode, standing up to Jake, putting the abusive priest where he belongs, and sending Peter's slap-happy father a visit from Big Red, his prized lawnmower.
By the way, this scene involving Peter's dad is the only connection to the original short story.
Not to give away too much from the third act, but it involves a swarm of VRBs, men turning into swirling balls, and Job claiming to be Cyber Christ.
Wait, we should mention Larry's wife. After disappearing early on in the film, she shows up at the end only to be viciously killed moments later. But it's okay, Larry has a replacement family next door waiting for him. I know this all sounds ridiculous, and it is, but it's also really entertaining. The VR graphics don't quite hold up to modern standards, but keep in mind when this was made.
Yeah, as cheesy as it can be at times, it's never boring. And remember, we watched the Scream Factory director's cut. This edition contains almost 30 minutes of additional footage, which really added to the story and to my enjoyment.
Before we finish, I don't think we mentioned Jeff Fahey as Job. He brought a lot of weight to a role that could have been played way over the top.
Another fun fact? Job's iconic blonde mane was Fahey's personal choice, and he surprised the crew with it before filming.
Well, that's it. If you made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing.
And leave a comment below with how many Job O-faces you caught during the film.
See you next time.
Bye!
Bye.
Hi, man.